It said, we are live now. This is Rap Latte, King Green, Curtis in the building, and Toure.
What's the best song on the Clipse album?
Whew, at this point, you're talking to a Clipster too.
I know you were out with videos on Friday with the spouting lyrics.
I am in it tough.
I have
right now
the 7th song memorized, full 3rd verse, ready to go.
Easy. Like I'm ready for the clip show at the arena over here. Like floor seats. Nigga, I'm about to buy meet and greets, and I could go backstage already. I'm about to buy a meet. I'm about to purchase a meet and greet. That's just crazy. Yo, ask Curtis, because that's tough for me. That's
number one best song so far for you, Curtis?
So Far Ahead. That's the one. That's mine, only because I sonically I think that's all of them at their best. But in this household, because when you have kids, they get to determine a lot of things that don't or do get played. My 7-year-old says, "Daddy, play the pee-pee song." Look, my diamonds smell like pee-pee. It's not smell. It's not smell, son. It's not smell. It's look.
Yo, I want to do that too. I've said yellow diamonds. I want to say smell like pee-pee. That's so funny.
So that gets a lot of play in the car, especially on family trips, which is amazing to say in 2025. Clipse gets a lot of play in those family trips.
Yellow diamonds look like PP.
Not just Clipse, but that new Clipse gets a lot of play.
New Clipse.
A 7-year-old, yellow diamonds look like PP.
Look possessed. He was like, yellow diamonds smell like PP.
I mean, any mention of PP, he's going to be happy. Yo, So Far Ahead has won me over as far as it wasn't like in my first listen through, it was like, oh my God, Chains and Whips, oh my God, POV, oh my God, So Be It, Ace Trumpets. And the first listen through, so Far Ahead was like, okay, that was cool, but get back to the and then like, 3rd, 4th, 5th listen was like, when Pharrell be singing about the Ferrari leather with the matching stitching, I'm like, that is so funny. And it's so brilliant. And the whole notion of, I have it when they don't understand it. And when they get it, I don't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm like, yo, Pharrell's crazy. And the shit they spit on that song is the shit.
Yeah. I just miss that production sound. Those tonalities, I miss all of that in music. Like picking a concept and then expanding upon that concept, and not just going a bunch of random bars your way through a 16.
Yes,
like I miss that, and it sounds so basic to ask for that because at one point that was the norm. But I love how they'll paint the imagery, and they'll still give you other things to pay attention to if you're not that deep into the music. Like sonically, that's just a match made in heaven. Even though we would love to have Chad Hugo be a part of the mix, I think Pharrell did a phenomenal job.
Oh my God. Give me the first part of Chains and Whips before the first verse, when it's just Pharrell making that beat, which kind of sounds creaky, but also futuristic.
Like No Church in the Wild almost.
Yeah. And then the whole, this is culturally inappropriate, like slides in there. There's a moment when when they do the chorus and he lets the beat breathe. And I'm like, I could just live here. Y'all go on without me. I don't need rhymes. I'm good
I don't think I have a favorite when I realize it, because I'm a super Clipse fan, and this is rising up so close to Hell Hath No Fury, which is their critical acclaimed album. And I think that people need to, over time, because it's only been 4 days, people will realize, because what you said was very important to me, that everything in this album lives in the same world. They built a world, and they always build a world, and everything lives in this same exact world throughout the whole thing, with the beginning message and the ending message. And they always have an ending to their film. They always create a movie. And I think as people live with it more, you'll start liking the other songs, because I can't think of a song I do not like. That's where I'm at right now. Before I was Ace Trumpets, So Be It is going crazy on like TikTok right now. Chains and Whips, of course. Chains and Whips is like a no-brainer. Like, of course, this is,
of course, yeah.
Like, it's Kendrick on the song. You guys he just murdered Jim Jones in the first verse. Like, it is what it is. But right now, I just can't. I'm looking for the bad song that I don't like.
But you know why I think you may not find it as quickly as other projects or other songs that are modern is because they're not chasing those moments. I feel like a lot of rappers chase viral moments, and it's so obvious to look at. It's almost like when you watch an X-Men movie and you can tell like this is our moment that we're going to show the internet we've been tapping into. I'm the juggernaut. It's so obvious that it's corny. You don't feel like you're seen. It's almost like, okay, like you're pandering at this point. I think a lot of artists, a lot of when their writing styles are so all over the place, you can tell they're fishing for one of those. They're fishing for more than 10 moments that'll go viral on TikTok, and I feel like that's working for the clips because it's all authentic. It's all within the concept of the songs, and it's not something that you're like, oh god, the clips are trying to make a TikTok song. These are songs that could have easily been, like you said, in that same era of Hell Have No Fury. This is the same sonically pleasing offer that you got from them.
I just need to deal with that. Tyler, the creator, said, I need God to play the lead in my biopic. So much of this game is how much you could say I'm the shit and how creatively you could say that's kind of like I don't know how much further you could go beyond that in saying I'm the shit.
How you think Malice felt about that? No Malice, I should say.
As a Christian, I feel like Malice still understands the bar because he even said chasing the money. I came back for the money. That's the devil in me.
Yeah.
Someone who's super Christian might not understand the bar of that and think it's a contradiction.
I tried to hide it from the church. That's the Jekyll in me.
What? Oh!
Wait, but he also said that they tried to hide the message like they used to hide the coke in the Lexus.
Oh my.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas? he definitely has a whole little thing of like that was like this, like what I used to do. Like it's there's a bit where
because that's his theme throughout the album too.
Because Pusha loves tennis also, and he has a dope little tennis little bit and Glorious Bastards when he's talking about hair on browner than baby roaches, which I think your 7-year-old should also find that hysterical because that like the antique is like yellow diamonds smell like pee-pee and hair on is brown like baby roaches, roaches.
Very specific. Yeah.
Very specific with the sort of got your bitch bed over like scoliosis. Watching TFO with the open, Francis TFO. That's the only back and forth that I'm posted. We really netted what we grossing. By the way, I'm writing this on an ocean.
Yeah. So you get the imagery, just so you understand where I'm at.
Does he get what happened?
I'm not
He went from talking about hair on to, by the way, writing this on an ocean.
Writing on an ocean.
But isn't that the self-awareness that we have been asking for artists that get to a certain age? And it's almost like they're trying to convince us that they're still the guy that we got to know, or they're the image or the character that we got to know. He's telling you, yeah, I'm telling these stories, but don't get it twisted. My current reality is this.
Exactly.
Wait, do you have a favorite line?
Too many bars.
That it switches every day. That right now, that I tried to hide it from the church. That's the Jekyll of me. I could have been both Mason Bethers. Like,
I could have been both Mason Bethers is such a deep line to say to the hip hop community. This is my thing about Malice is that you're coming back into the game. You know the landscape of where it is right now. You know where this thing comes from, and you know where you're at. And he's speaking to all three of those places every bar. And that to me is why we are all heralding him as like the GOAT and the MVP of this album, because he's an elder man telling you, look, I will fucking shoot the shit with you about all this coke shit, and I'll make that coke bar also mean something about my belief system right now and tell you why you guys suck. It's like, how do you do that? How do you do that? That's crazy.
I mean, they are even talents right? This is not. I mean, some groups, one rap, some duos, one rapper is way better than the other, right? I think they are, right? Are they not even talents? Even I think you
Yeah, I
think
would say
Malice
if you
out.
say even talents, but when you put belt to ass, you put belt to ass, and
Yeah.
Malice is the is he killed this album. It's just
You think
undeniable.
you think Malice did better on than Pusha on
It's
this
not. I don't
album?
think. I know that. I mean, just
I hate to
read the
even do
room.
that with you, but I'm with King Green on it. Like it maybe have you thought about this, King Green?
Yeah.
That and I'm not like I said, I don't know if you favored one or the other. I know when I was younger, I favored Pusha T more because for me at that time, that energy is something I could relate to. It was almost like that I'm sneaky smarter than you. And I know more. Like he said, somebody said he sounds like he rapping from the other room. It's scaring the shit out of you in the process.
Yeah.
I related to more of that when I was younger. And I think that even though he's evolved, Malice today, at the time, the period that I'm at in my life right now at 40, so many of the things that he's saying are hitting me. They're resonating a lot deeper immediately after I'm hearing it. I'm like, hell yeah. I feel that as a man. I relate to what you just said right there. I think with Pusha T, I'm just always in amazement of his approach to songwriting, his approach to lyricism, the way that he'll change the way that we look at certain words and the way he'll bend them. But Alice just said some shit on this that was like, whoa.
Wait, I was reading this today. I forgot where this was. There's a place where he says immediate or immediately, but he says it in a really funny way that I didn't pick it up till I was reading it. You know what I'm talking about, Green? Because I'm like, oh, you like completely changed the sound of the word to make it fit.
Can't think of it all top.
I'll find it. It's either immediate or immediately.
It's probably one of your favorites, right?
But here's the thing, right? In So Far Ahead, Pusha said, this is I think this is my favorite bit, at least right now. Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only one to swap his Chapo.
Come on. Come on. No, it's not fair. It's not fair.
What the fuck?
And let me put this out right. Pusha T is Pusha T, and he's been Pusha T for the last 15 years without his brother. But if you are a Clipse fan as I am, you knew that it was that balance of it was the duality of them that made them so elite. And Pusha T always, come on, it's Pusha T. He's a lyricism master, but it's that balance that made them better than everybody else. We're getting everything we need in a rap song, in poetry, when you have both of them on a song. And even Pusha T in an interview said that. He said that I realized that I missed this in my own music. Like, I don't have that perspective. My older brother has this perspective. I don't have that perspective. I'm just going to bar you the fuck up and I'm going to destroy the track. But I'm not going to give you this like
depth,
pastor like, preacher like perspective and depth on a song, which makes me miss.
But he's never preacherly. He's never telling you what to do. He's never like, you know, I'm up here and I know better. Like,
yeah, he's not preachy, but he's a preacher like, I was saying. But yeah,
definitely. No, but the depth of wisdom for sure. Yes, he sees it in a deeper way than Pusha does. So I mean, I see what you're saying, that the two of them, I mean, it's definitely a 1 and 1 makes 3 in that. Kind of like perhaps like Outkast, like together.
Pusha would never say, "Cause niggas' chains look like oppression to me."
Yeah,
he would never say. He would just never say that. That's just not something that Pusha T would say. Whereas, he would say something like, you know, white slave masters' souls in my safe, which is touching on the same depth. But he's coming at it from a completely different angle. Like, fuck those niggas and fuck the system.
When Malice said, if I lie to myself, I can sell it to me.
Like, this is like, I actually have a problem now with the question, what's your favorite line? That makes no sense. It's like every line is hot. Like, what are we talking about?
And even like when you're talking about technique, what about the Malice, the second verse on FICO? Like I think it was Mickey Fax that broke this one down, and I was like, I missed that because of just the pure enjoyment of the sonics. Go get a Glock, 27 fits, snug in the waistline. Both sticks came with the drum. I was 5'6", shoulder with the chip. Wish a nigga would take mine. Waistline, take mine. Index, yank till it's numb. Drum numb. He continues that the entire way, basically playing two different rhyming games the entire verse. That level of challenging yourself and pushing your pen to do that kind of stuff, like I feel like there's a lot of OGs that miss that energy to push themselves to do new things, right? I feel like a Nas is somebody who will continue to push his pen and write things backwards and write stories backwards and try to figure out literary ways to challenge yourself. I saw that. I was just like, how do you do that and still tell a very cohesive story while riding a beat that is not your average hip hop beat these days?
And having so many literary and poetic devices within like 3 lines. Like the idea of that rhyme scheme, and you said go get a Glock 27 fits snug in the waistline for you to reference the caliber and pistol and the size of a waistline being 27, which is a snug small waistline. I can't deal with that thought process.
Yeah,
I just can't deal with that thought process. It inspires me, and I started like writing battle raps to Drake right after. I was just like, yo, fuck Drake. It's like that obviously takes you to the next level. You got to battle Drake to get to the next level. Clearly.
I just want to make it clear, I am on a light bright strike. The Canadian light bright, I'm on a strike. I'm on a strike because every time hip hop has a moment, he got to find some controversy to be in the headlines. So I'm just telling you right now, before you get into stories, I probably won't have much to say. I'm on a strike because
you're on a strike.
Oh, you're on strike. Oh, you're not talking about the light bright.
I'm big up in the hip hop stuff that's happening because he always finds a way.
No,
I gotta do tattoo, guys. Did you see it? Like, nobody stop it. Stop
First of all, we're gonna continue with the Clipse album.
UK or US? What do you think?
We're gonna continue with the Clipse album, but there's no way we're not talking about UK versus US. There's no way we ain't talking.
That's fine. I'm just gonna refer him as the Canadian light bright. I don't care what you do.
Refer to him as whatever you want. But anyways, so that line and these internal rhymes, like we were talking about this, and because we were like, yo, I want to break down every single song. I want to do what we do, Rap Latte, break down every single song. And I feel like people don't understand that they created this lane. A lot of times, I posted this video of me just rapping Pusha T's verse from Mama, I'm So Sorry, off Hell Have No Fury, doing their immaculate performance at Tiny Desk, which was crazy.
Oh man,
immaculate.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
That was really fun, really good. And I'm a fan, so I'm like up on the screen rapping like I'm at the show. And that's why I made the video. I was like, nigga, this is really what I'm doing, so let me make the video. And then someone goes, this is basic. And I realized that a basic mind will take something as such because of how clear it is and not understand the depths. Just like what we said, like someone doesn't even know about that internal rhyme or can't even reference the idea of a 27-inch waistline and this fits in the waistline. You wouldn't even be able to do that because you hear words and see the words and you take them for what they exactly are. And just like if someone made a picture of Obama, but they made it out of like pieces of fabric, until you go up to it, you don't see the details in the fabric, but you're just looking at Obama, right? And then that fabric mean something deeper and have more depth to it. And it's the idea that people really were like us, were starving for this. Yes. And that's why we were like, that's why I'm so hyped. Because
the Tiny Desk was really valuable for me because there's something about seeing the artist perform the music that you go to a different level of understanding what the artist was saying. And I don't even know what specifically it is. Like I gave you a recording of it from the studio, perfect and clean. I told you what it was, but then when I see it in concert, oh, now I really understand what that song is about. And like Tiny Desk is like a mini concert, and seeing him just the being, just the way he's saying that, and I'm like,
80% of communication is nonverbal.
Yeah. I understand grinding a little better. I understand chains and whips a little better. Like it's a really powerful performance.
And then when you think about how many people are discovering they don't have inner dialogues, or how much we're discovering that other people don't have inner dialogues, you start realizing it's not a whole lot going up there. It's a bunch of cans being kicked around. If you don't have an inner dialogue,
this is why I never know if you're talking shit or not, because you be dead ass. But
I'm so serious. I'm so serious right now. Ain't nothing but a loose change and a can being kicked around up there. You don't have inner dialogues. How can you break down clips?
No, there's a significant portion of the public that does not have an internal conversation.
So what are they enjoying?
They don't hear their mind speaking.
It makes no sense. Yeah, if you can't hear your mind, I need to know a rapper that doesn't have an inner.
No, I'm sure if you're a creative 98%. Person, you have to have an internal conversation just to be able to figure out, like, what am I gonna do? What word? What paintbrush? Like what? Like, but like, there's regular people out there. It's just quiet inside.
Quiet?
Yes.
You know what I would do with a little bit of quiet?
Typically documented. I don't understand it.
I can't go to sleep sometimes. It's so loud up there. But of course, everything that they say is basic. That's what your world exists in.
Yeah. If you don't do any math, then you won't get the right equation.
Everything's 2 + 2.
So wait,
everything's 2 + 2.
Fucking Tyler said, "My nigga Push keep Dirty White moving like mosh pits."
I had to break that down to my wife. I said, "Do you hear him right now?
Do you hear?" I just love my favorite tweet was someone said that Tyler on this clip song is the equivalent of somebody's mom saying, "Let your brother play with you on the game." Let your brother play with you on the game.
I would argue he had the best feature on that project. I'm even debating between him and Kendrick. Now Kendrick was the most, but in terms of being in that pocket of, like, there is no wrong answer in that.
I see the vibe
in the clips.
I see the vibe on paper of Tyler and the Clipse is like, play with your little brother, right? I see that. But sonically, he came in there with his weirdo Tyler shit and was like, I'm here. I'm down. I'm one of y'all. I'm fucking.
I would say he leaned more their way. He leaned into his call me if you get lost. Let me flex. Let me floss. Let me tell you some of my truths and shit like that. And I think the little brother thing in the equivalent is not a slight. No, it's more like you are clearly a fan and you want to get on here. It's like, let me go over here and play. I can do the same things and same moves that you do or whatever. And he did it. I'm saying he completely rose up to the occasion.
I moved Dirty White like you said, my nigga Pusha T moved Dirty White like mosh pits. And my wife said, "Is he referring to Caucasians?" I said he could. That's the genius of it. He might have been talking about white t-shirts. Because it's dirty white if you in a mosh pit. I said that's the beauty of it, is that we're sitting here and you can enjoy it I don't care what level of IQ you have when it comes to breaking this down. There is a level of enjoyment and entertainment for you. If you're just on the very bottom, you're like, that sounds funny. And then the second level is like, move Dirty White. He's talking about drugs. And it's just every level of understanding. There's something to debate there. I think that's what's so brilliant about what he did.
No, Tyler came with the hard
punchline bag. And Tyler usually is not in his punchline bag.
Kendrick's verse is obviously dope when he's talking about niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals.
The gen freaking scheme though is just kind of superb. Like that whole scheme is crazy. So I couldn't put one over the other, but like I said, I'm very biased.
You acknowledge Kendrick, acknowledge Tyler. In a world of great features, the Nas feature is just it's fine.
No. Nas feature this is the thing that Nas, and my boy told me this, and I agree with it completely. It's like Nas doesn't know, he said, that he is Nas. And what I mean by that is that Nas, we are waiting for. I want to know what you're gonna say, Nas. But sometimes it's like Nas just raps. It's like you wanted a rap verse, right? I gave you a rap verse. Like, and sometimes he's gonna give you the best thing you've ever heard in your life. So it's like,
not bad. It's not bad.
That's what I'm trying to say. It'll never be bad. It'll always be Nas. But you're like, are you going to go crazy?
I think that's something that I think that's something that's kind of charming about a Nas verse, though, is that he is Nas, but he's still like, even when you hear him on We Major, he sounds very much like whatever the team needs. If you need it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying, yo, where's my part at? Hearing Pusha T said that when Nas heard the part where the beat breaks up, he said, that's for me. He said, oh, say less, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I like that. That's to me, that's kind of charming because it's like he goes into that as almost like an eager artist, like a young artist that got an opportunity, but he knows his skill set. Obviously, he knows what he's going to do, but it has the energy of, I'm here for the team win.
I mean, first, yeah. I mean, you know,
lackluster to me in regard to the other verses, though. I'm gonna be real.
That's all I'm saying. Even like compare it against Nas features. You know, I mean, you know, I never forget Halle Berry blew a kiss at the Barbra Streisand concert. Like shit like that. Like Nas been showing up on other people's shit, blowing shit up for a long time. Since friggin' I snuffed Jesus at fucking, like, I mean, that was the fucking beginning of Nas, a feature. This is just it's just a fine feature. Nas couldn't be bad, but
it's it'll never be bad. But it's like, I want you to wow.
Good. Yeah. His bodyguard did beat him on Uchiwale. That was true.
But how often is he rapping on Neptune's beats too? Why are you trying to sneak that in there?
Yeah, he just threw that out there. I was like,
I still want to ask you to blink twice. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I need you to blink twice.
No matter what you say, Jay-Z lost that battle.
I feel fine. You want to talk about the puffy shit? I feel fine.
Before we move on, can I get to this line right here that my brother Suko pointed out that I did not see in this Kendrick verse? God gave me light, a good year free of. He said, "Good year full of free will."
Will, yeah.
Trump card told me to spare your life. I like that. That's one of the other ones. You look over it. You look over it because it's so normal conversation. But continue. Yeah, blink twice if you need help, Torre.
No. Let me put out another line before you go with that, because we're talking rap. Who cares about Torre and how he got forced to apologize?
I didn't apologize for shit.
Who cares about Torre and his potential threats? Let's go. We'll get to that.
His potential death.
Tyler, the Creator, said Tyler the Creator was a perfect blend of Malice and Pusha on his verse, and you could tell that he wanted to do that. He's like, I need to be the Clipse on a Clipse song. The curse of the zeros when you become the devil or the tap dancing Negro. Crazy.
What about the line after that? The line after that is my favorite.
Oh yeah, I came to terms that I'm probably outgrow my heroes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the setup makes that whole thing. It's just, that's crazy.
Is that wait, how old is he?
He's 34.
He's 34. Okay.
34, 35. Or 33, 34. The curse of the zeros, when you become the devil or the tap dancing Negro, I came to terms that I'll probably outgrow my heroes.
That right there is heavy. That's heavy.
Oh, wow. Oh. And then POV, that whole concept of like him saying that. What'd you say?
No, I love that. No, I love that. That whole
POV,
I mean,
kilos in my Maybach, taking content creation and making, and he says, you are a content creator. I create content. So I took what you guys did and made forever living content out of it. Yes. When I heard the chorus and then heard the line, the content creation line, I threw my whole fucking Bluetooth speaker. I'm dead ass. I threw the Bluetooth speaker at the wall and I said, I feel like only me and my MC friends enjoy this, and I don't like that. I think the entire world needs to know that you guys are all fucking idiots, and you need to understand the literary genius that is happening in this album. You idiotic, moronic, stupid people.
Is that what we teach people?
I had to pause the music for a second. I was like, let me really think on this one.
And the way he's POV, kilos in my back. Take care back down south. Then she flies back.
You see how he subtly told everybody else how to pronounce my back?
Yeah.
Not Maybach with that enamel in your necklace.
Enamel in you got enamel in your yo, to tell somebody you have enamel in your necklace is so ridiculously disrespectful. You got enamel in your necklace.
Low key, I heard that and I was like,
it's like, hey, that's why I only wear gold. Nah, this dude had me reciting Bible verses. This album, reciting Bible verses. Went to church. Thought about selling and cooking crack. let me just cook it up. Let me just see how it feels right now. It's like, and I wanted to like just diss everybody in the rap game at the same time. Like it's just fun. It's literally like watching fucking just a shoot 'em up action movie or a Scorsese or Tarantino or just any film that makes you feel something and enjoy it.
It took me a minute to understand the first in So Be It, the first line of the second verse, where Push says he spells the group and then he throws in a couple of things, and it took me a minute to really understand what he was saying when he CLIPSE epi 8-ball LV. The epi being epinephrine, right? Drugs, 8-ball drugs, Louis Vuitton. So the whole sort of luxury coke rap thing in one. Clipse is luxury coke rap. That's what he's saying. But he's like just says it in this really funky way that just took me a while just to even unpack in my ear. To put Clipse and epi right together like that, like threw me off. I didn't understand what he was saying. It's crazy.
And that's how it's supposed to be. You're not going to get everything at first. And you're just not. And that's the depth of the writing.
Well, you're not supposed to. At all. Yeah.
Unless the rapper is trying to make it obvious, like, see, I can do that too. See, epi. Yeah. Like they'll deliver it a certain way that's like CLI, epi. LB, like,
LP,
epi, hear it in their voice. It's like they're as surprised as everybody else that they're dope. Clipse doesn't sound like that. Clipse like, I don't need your validation. It's really grounded in authenticity. I've already Malice is saying I'm validated by God. I don't need you to tell me what this and that kind of confidence. I think you can't teach that to people. You have to genuinely feel that as you're writing something down, as you're delivering it. You have to really, really feel what's happening there. I think a lot of artists do a good acting job, and you just can't act around guys like this.
No, I think that's right. And I didn't fully understand that till you said it. They definitely don't seem like they want your approval, and even you see that.
Need it.
Who they get in the features? They call their friends. Kendrick is their friend. Tyler is their friend. Nas is their man. They're not reaching out for who's the hot like stove cooks. They like him. They respect him. But they're not reaching out for like
they're lifting stove cooks up. They're not like trying to take his shine. And Pusha T's known for always messing with people early and messing with people who respect him. Like he messed with when Tyler was bubbling up early on. He does a song with him, but he already knew that Tyler was a huge Clipse fan. Same thing with Kendrick. Kendrick is a huge Clipse fan.
But it's in the voice. It's in the shoulders. In the posture. I mean, it's so deep in. Push, like I really don't care. I know I'm the shit. I don't have to explain that to you. And I mean, I think that is you want to have that in a great MC because you have to prove to him that you understand what he did. He's not going to explain it to you. It's like I'm not here to point it out to you.
And who else is going to do what they do to Clipse to Pharrell beats? You know how many rappers that get those beats? And they'd auto-tune Ace trumpets all the way up. And how disappointing it would have been. They'd be like, man, Pharrell killed that. But I don't know. Outside the hook, I don't really know what's going on. They have the confidence. And you hear Pusha T say it too. Those people who are making trying to make the things that we made back in the day are not able to do it at this quality today. When you have that kind of confidence, you know that you're ahead above. Like you already got a head start in front of everybody who's even remotely close. Because even sonically, who still is sonically close to the Neptunes? I would say the closest, in my opinion, has been like Tyler and the things that he's done, the internet. But like, who else is even occupying that space to compare it to?
That is literally the only direct lineage. And I'm glad you're giving Neptunes their credit. Hell, Neptunes is the first Lord Will and Hell Have No Fury. That was actually all basically Pharrell. And then this one's all basically Pharrell, and that's why they're very similar. And I just want to talk, if we're talking about production and how great this is, people thought that he couldn't do this. It felt like that, and I don't understand why. You just don't know Pharrell if you don't get where he's at. But when I heard, the best thing I love about when he gets in this bag is the free drum patterns that he's doing. He's not to grid, right? Trap music and the music in the last 10, 15 years, it's just drums to grid, right? Sure. Put your slice loops in, we're robotic drums are good.
Yeah.
When I heard that triple kick in Ace trumpets,
and
it's
you got
a
that
little off.
No.
Again, had to buy a new Bluetooth speaker. It was over. It was over. It just I couldn't deal with that triple kick.
Wait, you mean actually making music?
Yes, like he played the kick.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Pharrell, just a novel idea. How about we just make music, guys?
How about, like, I created these drums, and they said that he didn't go in their folder, like, because Pharrell has folders. They have Pharrell, Neptune, they have folders of beautiful music that he could pull up and say, this didn't work for this guy, but this might work for you. No folders.
Remember the producer you're talking about who made this incredible music on this, and it's super polished and it's brilliant, and he also like runs like a whole giant global fashion house that has to put out a major new collection of multiple different elements and sorts of not just clothes, but other sort bags, other sorts of things, like 4 times a year, like major. He's like the head of a gigantic corporation. So yeah, he's just got the whole. He just also made a movie about himself like a year ago. Like,
but he's doing that's this multi hyphenate human being. That's what he does. Obviously.
But wait a minute, wait. Running a corporation takes an extraordinary amount of time.
Yeah,
and I understand the multi hyphenate thing. Like, we both are that, but we are that at this level. He's running a massive corporation, and also, hey, Push and Malice, I can help you out with your album. You almost wonder, wait, where did you have time? Because running Louis Vuitton, it's busy.
Well, that's why he put it in the studio. I'm trying to give him the same exact credit. I'm just saying that the one thing that I would want to say that I feel like is more of the credit is how inspired you must have to be. Because you saying like having the time and work ethic, all that shit doesn't fucking matter if you're not inspired to be able to do this shit and actually create art. So he must be the most inspired he's ever been in his fucking life, being in those damn walls at Louis Vuitton and seeing artists create and craft these things that are so personal to him. Like his new Nego collection that I saw literally has his face on the shit, and it's a story about their relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're actually doing things at a level that needs to be studied in real time. So I'm agreeing with you of how crazy that is, but how are you that inspired?
I mean, the level of inspiration, yes. The ability to think about 2 entirely different things: the music, the fashion, the changing culture. This is one of the central people in global pop culture right now, making the sound, making the look, right? I mean, like, there's so much coming out of Pharrell that is shaping so much of the society right now.
Yeah, he's somewhere else. And I want to tell you this, and this is a credit to that, as well as me completely attaching myself to this narrative. In this moment of him doing all this and all these big things, he reached out and gave us a record that we wanted in 2025. I don't know how you are thinking about a little guy that you worked with. The Clipse, he has a Weekend song that was #1 on the charts for a long time, and then doing these collections. And what I'm trying to say about this is not the fact that he's able and did them all with time. You did them at the highest level, so you have to be artistically inspired and driven to make them good. That's fucking insane.
But to your point, isn't that the same reason why people doubted what he would do by himself production-wise? Is because he's so multi-hyphenated, because he has the opportunity to operate on such a high level, but he also has the responsibility of, you better deliver for Louis Vuitton. You better deliver. I think people thought, because they see when rappers go to acting, What happens to the rapping the next time they come back around?
Well, you two can explain this. I cannot. If this was just a Pusha album, you would be able to say this is what we're missing because Malice is not here. So okay, we have a Pharrell album without Chad. What is not here that you would want because Chad is not here?
I would say the layers, the extra layers. I feel like Chad, okay, for knowing, even if you watch the piece by piece movie, I don't think they say in that, but I just know, I think they do. Drop it like it's hot. The beat's really what the beat is, except for the turnaround that feels very Earth, Wind, and Fire. Bin, 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 bin. Wonder Pimps in the clip. That turnaround is so instrumental to the finishing of that song.
Same thing with Grinding. Grinding had to be the drums were slimmed down to become what it became. Like that beat was a lot more full. If you look at the Star Trek documentary, they talked about how, the Star Trek, they talk about how that beat was so much more full, and Chad came in there and basically thinned it down to the
thinned it out, edited it, yeah. So I feel like it's like your natural editor when you're it's like being in a band. It's like someone says, "Oh, take this idea," and you trust their ideas and their intuition, and then you come up with the best thing. So they were partners, 100% in that. But doesn't mean Pharrell can't make great things on his own, obviously, because he has and always will. It's just different.
I was going to say to that point, Pharrell talked about this on Howard Stern one time, where he said a way that he kept, when he was full-time production, a way that he kept fresh was to have 3 different artists in 3 different studios. Yeah. So he would go from one studio where it was the Clipse, and then it would go Miley Cyrus, and then it'd be Robin Thicke. I think having that, being multi-hyphenated as he is actually works to his advantage, because when one runs dry, he fills up in the other creative department and then brings that energy back into the next room.
Interesting.
He had Jason Derulo, Miley Cyrus, Kenna, and us. And I said he walks through the studio like it's a doctor's office. You know, a doctor has all these patients, comes in there, says, "Oh, okay, yeah, make that verse better." He literally comes in and says, "This verse isn't good enough. Make that verse better. I'll be back." Goes works with Jason Derulo to make a pop song, and comes back and makes like a hard rap song, and then an alternative song with Kenna, and then another pop song with Miley Cyrus. That's crazy.
You know what he compares it to? He says it's like going to I guess it'd be old school, when you went to the mall and in between smelling colognes, they give you a can of coffee beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you smell,
reset your palate.
Reset your palate. Yeah. Same thing he said is what it does sonically by going to those different rooms.
Now, one other thing too, because you remind me, the studio. I spent a long time, especially with Rolling Stone, going in a lot of studios, 100 different rappers. I did not know that the studio was open during the day. I thought the studio only was available at midnight to 4 a.m. That's the only anybody in hip hop ever. And Pusha, and I'm not telling any rapper what they should or should not do, but Pusha said, "No, I record during the day, like 9 to 5, like it's a job." And you know, a lot of people are making a lot of records when they're a little tired, when they're exhausted, when they're high on various things, high on life, high on drugs, whatever. We may or may not be getting their best or most precise selves. We may be getting their wild self, which may sell and may be very interesting. But what Push is creating, this sort of barred up, intellectualized vision of rapping, is possible when you go in the studio during the day when you are rested and your mind is clear. And you can think about all the things that's going on the page because your mind is very sharp.
Pharrell's is a 9 to 5 studio. Pusha T, Eminem's 9 to 5.
Black
Royce
Thought
could be 9 to 5 sometimes. Actually, sometimes he could be a night too. Royce is just first of all, that guy doesn't make any sense.
Royce lives.
He could work at any time.
Well, no, Black Thought said that too, because Black Thought said, "I have a family dynamic," and I think that's another factor we got to bring in, is that they're living grown men lives, and they're not, living lives of debauchery. It's like, well, I can't go to the studio today because I'm trying on clothes all day long, or I'm you know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's debauchery, but I'm out here with these ladies in Miami, and I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to with these strippers. You know what? What should we do? I'm still awake. Let's go make some music. Like, that's a very different lifestyle than the kids are going to be making a lot of noise throughout the day. And in my home studio, this is the time that I have peace. Even though Pusha T said that he left the family for extended amounts of time, to go record out there in Paris. So I just think that lifestyle plays a big role in that. But some of the best writers, Black Thought said, he would listen to an NPR episode, something on NPR radio, and then he would go straight back to the studio because that fit in his lifestyle.
Yeah, some people need chaos to create art. I'm not telling anybody what to do, right? Some people, I think Pusha thrives in a lack of chaos and a sort of almost worker-like professionalism. And I mean, I went into the creative world because I did not want to be stuck doing something from 9 to 5 or, the thought of having like a desk and an office was, even at like 15, I was like, oh my God, that sounds like hell. Anything to avoid that. And my father didn't even have that. I don't know why in the world I was like, that sounds so frightening.
Look at all three of us now in front of a damn desk. On a Monday.
In front of a desk.
On a Monday.
On a Monday.
Having a conference call. That's crazy.
Conference call. We in a meeting.
We're in a Zoom.
Everybody's job is conference calls and emails, bro.
It's not a cubicle, but close enough.
Close enough.
I want
to relate to all the people who said, going back to the album and the lyricism, all that, and people, like the question of how they address people listening to music, like people saying all they talk about is coke and money and stuff like that. Where he says, Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is getting rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. What?
And the chorus?
What?
In the chorus?
Oh, that's the chorus, bro.
That might be somebody's best 4 bars in the song, or the album.
That's the chorus. He said
that's the chorus. Y'all can take that.
I mean, you said it's world building, and if you can see it in that way, that they are giving you their. I mean, first of all, the album does start with them talking about the death of their parents. So the notion that it's always about coke, like, well, actually, no. I mean, Malice is talking about some other thing.
It's always double entendres.
Yes. But we do have to have that conversation. I talked to somebody who has a very interesting opinion on music, and he was like, this is like watching an athlete get to the same spot on the floor over and over and knock down endless threes. And it's great, but they keep going to the same spot on the floor, basketball. And I'm like, well, yes, this is the corner three over and over and over, but
I don't think
love
that's
the
a corner
three.
This is more of a Curry 3, where no matter what, I'm going to shoot the 3 and score the 3. You cannot say it's a corner 3. This is not a setup shot. This man said, okay, let's break this down. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. That's not just his uncle saying that, oh, you're sick and you only talk about rich. It's you, the Uncle Tom. It's you, Uncle Sam. This is choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. That's you referencing what you've been through. Choke my neck, ice my bitch. You chained me, killed me, my people, killed my woman, broke up our family, and I beat this system through my heritage, through chains and whips. And you're gonna tell me this is a setup.
Hold on. The second meaning of that, they wear the chokers around the neck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
so you're getting levels on that as well.
I mean, we know this. We've talked about this, that they are in a very narrow lane. They do it extraordinarily well, but there are in the world of hip hop, we are encountering a world of opinions. Some albums, they might have a world of opinions. I don't think we felt like Illmatic was like, oh, he just talks about one thing. He's talking about his life and the hood he's going through, but it felt like he's talking about a broad array of things. Jay-Z is a little bit more of a precursor to the Clipse than Nas, right? But I don't feel like in those first 3-4 albums, when it was all about coke rap, I don't feel like we were like, he only has one subject. But with the Clipse, we do feel like it's really kind of one subject, which is not a knock. They are extraordinary at it. But why was it not a comment or thought with Jay-Z when he was just as focused on coke those first 4 or 5 albums?
I don't think he was very focused. I think that is a false narrative. And I think that is for people who are surface level. We just gave you a line that is so regular English, but has about 4 or 5 meanings. And you're telling me that some idiotic person could be like, well, that was about coke and money. Like I can't deal with you.
Hold on. I was going to say, even to that analogy, two things. The analogy, the first one, the Steph Curry 3-pointer is very different. I'm with you, King Green, because he's so good at that 3-pointer, it makes him a threat whenever he wants to drive, because you got to defend him 2 different ways. He's going to pull up, or he's going to. That's a very different thing than a sharpshooter sitting in the corner who can only make the 3. I think what they showed in this album, because it's funny. When I was talking to Justin during us reviewing the project, he was like, I don't know, man, not enough coke references. And we were laughing, but I was like, I think that the drugs, the product, was the music. And that's what made the music culturally inappropriate at a time like now, is that they put sonically what you're getting, conceptually what you're getting.
This is culturally inappropriate.
What you're getting right now for a time period where it went from the drug dealers to the drug users, in a time right now where you're going to give these kind of messages that at times are very grown man messages, are very family oriented messages, that are very street oriented messages, but telling it from a lens that's not exploitation, but it's really reflecting the voice of the voiceless. That's very different than the time period we're living in, where it feels like the most popular artists are making songs using imagery from the hood, cosplaying, but they're doing it for an audience that would be seen 10 years ago as the oppressor, as the folks who are looking and
they're using it to oppress.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, using it.
You're making yacht music. You're making yacht music under the lens of hip hop, but it's like, it's not hip hop because you're not talking to the voice. You're not the voice of the voiceless. You're not talking. You're talking for. And you're only using the worst stereotypes to represent it. Even in the videos that they're doing right now, it looks like it's genuinely documenting all different faces of the hood, all different imagery that you can get. It's not just this exploitation like a lot of artists do. I think that's a
hood and blackness in general. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Like because hood is now, right? It's current. Hood is within the last 50, 60 years, but we're talking about the lineage of blackness from slavery till now has been a complete current through their music since the first album.
Facts.
Since he said, I'm from Virginia. Funny, same place I'm making figures at, that is the same land they would hang niggas at. I'm from Virginia. They ain't shit to do but cook, pack it up, sell it triple price, fuck the books. When we relocate, re-up them, like, what are we doing? Like, it's never not been more deeper than rap. It's never not been deeper than rap.
I love the way sonically they interplay with the phrase, this is culturally inappropriate, over and over and over, and use it rhythmically in different ways. Sometimes it comes in fitting the rhythm. Sometimes it sort of goes against it, which reminded me of like, back in the day when there was a music industry and they would send me albums before they came out, and sometimes they would put a repeated phrase over it so you couldn't sell it yourself, because some people apparently were like,
damn, they used to do that.
Some people for money. So I remember there was a De La Soul album that had like a repeated phrase throughout it. So I'm listening to this over and over because it was new De La Soul. It might have been Balloon Mind State, and it was like, this is so exciting. But then this phrase kept. So this was kind of like that, but it was kind of like a fun sort of thing that they kept sort of bringing in, that I'm like, each time they bring it in, I'm like, yeah, it felt like the culturally revolutionary part of hip hop, you know, like that sort of spine. Like, we're noticing it's a whitened voice, is it not? Like pointing out like, this is culturally inappropriate. We're like, yeah, well, we're doing it anyway.
British almost, right?
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Inappropriate. Yeah.
It's culturally inappropriate. Yeah, it feels like that.
It's kind of as an answer to This Is Maybach Music, which they're celebrating. He's like,
even though Pusha T told the story that there was, I guess, a partner of theirs that said, "Man, this shit is fucking culturally inappropriate."
Yeah,
I wonder if that was echoed by UMG or Def Jam. Especially looking at certain lines like the Trump line, and they're just saying, this is just not appropriate for the time that we're living in. And I wonder if that was an extension of anything, or if that was at least some of the sentiment that got echoed. That's what I thought when I heard the voice, because I'm like, well, why wouldn't you have somebody that represents the Clipse say that voice, well, maybe that's somebody who's looking at this with a judgmental eye and saying this is culturally inappropriate. You can't make people think. You can't talk about these things. Why are you not exploiting? What are you doing?
It feels like it's saying like everything about the Clipse. It feels like it's saying all those things at the same time, and they definitely try to play it off like, yeah, that's just a way we used to try to say things was hot, and then we switched it up.
So this was in one of the videos that I sent you, Green. Maybe I mean, you know, because Pusha talks about to be on this album, you got to be legend status, you got to be this, and like Stevie Wonder's on this album, Nas, Tyler, you know, Kendrick. You know, the video I saw, the brother made a point about who is out there going, oh, John Legend is on this album. Yes. I can't wait to see what they do with John Legend in the clip. And
but you know what that's about. Bring my former good music brethren in and show that we're aligned outside. Look at us outside, Kanye. Because I was like, why John Legend? I said, oh, that's
okay.
Why.
Okay, so it's a Kanye. It's a Kanye.
It seems like a Kanye jab on like what we're doing, and like you said, like they both are aligned. They're from good music, and they're both aligned in their views on Kanye and all that. But
I think even Pharrell did a little bit of playing to that, because there were certain instruments, like Pharrell doesn't always play with choir sounds if it's not the movie soundtracks. Like there's certain like dark synths and choir sounds. And Pusha T was very vocal in that interview with Elliot Wilson of how he contributed to the sound of not only Kanye, but that era of Kanye and so on. It makes me wonder if like Pusha T was able to get that from a Pharrell without all the baggage that comes along with working with Kanye. Because sonically, there's a few beats on there that I listen to, and I'm like, this feels like beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy-esque error, at least. So be it the second version of it sounds like that could easily be in that era as well.
What I need to know the understanding of So Be It, like the first and second version.
TM Smith to tell us we got to check out the Genius video. Them breaking down the lyrics of Ace Trumpets. It's giving big brother, little brother antics hilarious. I mean, the interviews have been interesting in that clearly Pusha very much wants to be here, wants to share, wants to talk to Elliot or the New York Times or whoever it is, and Malice is like, "Can we go now?"
Yeah.
Is it that's all right, or do you think is there a possibility that Malice may have something even worse to say, but he's trying to use his platform in a God-fearing way?
I mean, he's happy to say nothing in these interviews, and Pusha will carry them.
I'm about to say, I asked that because who was it that I think it was Paul Rosenberg asked him a question about something about his wife and how does she feel about what he was getting ready to do as a decision. He sat there and stared at him for like a uncomfortable 10-12 seconds.
Yeah.
I say something wrong. He's like, nah, I only want to say something if I feel like it can help people. So let me give a thought to this if I need to move on.
Yeah.
For somebody that intentional, I wonder if he's just sitting in these interviews and he's like, media is not my favorite thing to do, but if they get started, because he'll start laughing when Pusha T say something crazy about one of these dudes, and they like Malice is like, come on, we need to move on.
Malice is definitely has a lot of thoughts about all those things, and I imagine he's kind of like plays that that protector role in their relationship. Sure. So like remember what he said, Malice, he think he hard, tough guy to click, and Pusha T walks around like he swear he the shit. That's who they are. Wow. As far as Malice being like, he's like the easiest person to talk to. As far as like meeting him and talking to him, he's just very genial, just nice. It's like, what's good? He's asked us about our music and all that stuff. That type of nice. And Pusha T was kind of like just a cool guy, still dope, but just like the cool guy. But Malice felt more warm. People like that usually. Like a nigga that's gonna be warm to you, like you cross that nigga, it's over for you. It's like you got one. It's like I'm either your best friend or you're the worst enemy. So I feel like probably that.
You got to do work to get me in that mood.
Exactly. But either I wanted to. I mean, if I could still keep talking about this album, if we want to keep talking about it.
one thing, the Breakfast Club did try to they tried to push it a little bit with Pusha T. They said, "Hey, what's that video you got?" And then Malice was like, chill, don't answer that. I was like, now I really want to know.
Yeah, now I really want to know what the video is.
I know. I thought y'all was talking shit. Malice was like, "Don't go there." Okay,
He's like,
Go
chill.
there.
We might need that for later. Chill.
Might need that for later.
Oh, I noticed. You see in the video, in the Pharrell Nigo video, you see Travis Scott hanging out there, and also Pusha hanging out there. And I'm like, yeah, that's when Travis was up in the studio, and Pusha was like, "Why is he here? We did not invite you. We don't want you here. And you're playing your music, and you're lying to us."
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine working on? Could you imagine working on Mike Tyson blow to the face, and then he stops your studio session to play Fiend?
Fiend.
Get your young older ass up out the studio. Like, it's already King. You know how this is, and you know how this is, Torre. As someone, when you're deep into your writing and you catch that flow, and you finally get that flow, sometimes it's that one question or somebody asking you to take the headphones off that breaks that flow. That is the most frustrating, just on the surface.
A fucking phone call would piss me off.
But if you're coming here dancing around in my studio session, and then he had the nerve to say, "Damn, everybody's here." Nigga, it's my studio session. What you mean everybody's here? We're not here as fans of you. You bombarded our session.
But what you said is really important for creative folks, that when you are in the zone, you need to protect that, because you are flowing into your writing, your music, your art, whatever it is. And you need to like protect that to where, like, when people call or text and you're in, like, don't let them come into it. Let it end. Yeah. Okay, I've squeezed the apple or the juice out of this orange. Now I can come back to the world and answer a call or whatever. Like, I'll be in it, and my wife try to say, like, "Did you pick up the kid?" Whatever. I'll be like, I'm in it. I'm too in it to be answering such
You're
questions.
in the zone. It's
no,
really
I did not pick up the kid from school, so you might have to deal with that. But I'm freaking in the fucking.
What's
but
that
no,
movie?
I think it's important to protect your focus. It's critical. Though the moments when it's pouring out of you have to be like sacred to you, right? And like really honor when it's coming out of you.
Especially when you're coming out of a season where it's been challenging for you to get that flow going. And I think, if anything, we can't compare ourselves, writers, as I don't compare rappers to athletes, because physically you just can't do certain things anymore. As writers, as you get older, sometimes for us, it's just a matter of like, okay, how do we get the wheels rolling? What is our regimen to get there? Maybe it's working out. Whatever it is, it requires more work than when I was younger. For you to go through that process, to me, it's no different than somebody who's working out. Like, you go through that process of putting the clothes on, tying the shoes up, driving to the gym, and you finally get on the treadmill. And within the first 3 minutes, somebody's like, "Can I ask you something?"
Oh my God.
Like, what do you?
No, you cannot.
I don't understand how much work it took just to get there.
Yeah, you do need to have a moment of procrastination before you can get into the flow. But when you're in the flow, it's so important. Like, try to avoid picking up the phone, because the phone will like drive you away from where you were. And like, it's so hard to just stay in it. But like, when your muse is like wet, pause, like, that's when you gotta freaking go.
That's crazy to me.
He finished it too. He said pause and then finished it even more aggressively than he started.
Why? When your muse is what, bro?
You gotta get all in it. Yeah. Whoa.
Get in it.
Relax.
You gotta.
Wild. What are we on right
Look at
now?
the time. Look at the time.
What are we doing right now?
But to your point, it'd be one thing to answer a phone call, King Green. It's another thing for that phone to jump around the studio trying to get your attention and ask you what you're thinking about things. He said,
about their whack ass music. Like, if you don't like somebody's music, I can't even imagine that. Someone's music that I don't like, they stop my session. Everyone's here has the same wavelength. You come here with another wavelength and play your shit.
But it's the entitlement in Travis that you are referencing. Like, yes, he is socially inappropriate, but he is so huge. There's so much money, there's so much status that he feels entitled to do that. Look, I have like one tiny example that is similar. I was at the Migos cover shoot because I was doing the cover story of them for Rolling Stone when they were first friggin' super hot.
Mhm.
Lil Yachty came into the photo shoot, but he was like their favorite little brother. He was not a star yet. Minnesota was out, but he was not a star yet. He turned their shit off and put his CD in and they were like, "What? Oh, fucking Yachty!" But they love him.
At least they love him at least.
Yeah, they understand what that is.
I can get away with this, and they knew like he's our little brother, like he can do that. But you know, fucking alien rapper, they don't know. That would be disrespectful. Travis didn't know. You think that you don't? No. This is not the room for that. You can't read the room because your freaking eyes are so huge.
On you bring a camera crew.
Mm-mm.
And
just
you brought
for
a
the
camera crew
optics,
to get my reaction? You want me to, so no, it's bad enough you walk in my room, in my studio session, stop my music to play yours, jump around as you going crazy, and then look at me with a camera for a reaction.
See, now, you
being disrespectful.
You got to know who you're talking to at all times. And what you say to one person may not be appropriate for the next person, right? You got to recalibrate that constantly. And especially when you're running into street niggas like Pusha and Malice. They've been in the industry for a long time, but the street is still way up in them. And you got cameras and you're not on their vibe. You better be like, let me make sure that the niggas is open to my shit because they used to shoot people they got mad at. So let me just make sure that they're cool with all this instead of friggin' acting like a fucking clown.
I just love this. Timu ASAP Rocky is fucking amazing.
Like, I would pay top dollar just to see what Malice's facial expression was. No disrespect, because I just know the way them eyes cut at the camera. I can see Travis looking at him and saying, "What you think, Pusha T?"
What do you think, Push?
Well,
it's cool, Travis. That is so crazy.
So do you think that I'm unsafe, Curtis? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want you to say anything that could potentially not make you unsafe.
Can we watch your video? Can we pull up and watch a video?
If you want, sure. I mean, it's fine. I've made it to be watched. I'm not.
Hey, King Green, can you pull up evidence from
let's put up the evidence in question.
I made it because I wanted to make some content.
If you say that, I believe it.
I wanted to make some content. Hold on, something's happening here. Add the stage. Oh, remove before you get at the stage. There we go. Here we go. We're on Touré's Instagram. Go ahead, follow Touré.
You even change the scenery. Yep. What happened, man?
He knew exactly where it was too.
The audio playing.
Hold on, let me put this.
You didn't have to search for it on my page.
After the verdict, I run into him in the cafeteria and I just say, "Congratulations," because Diddy's his man. And he says, "Thank you. That's it." About 3 hours later, I run into him outside the building and he pulls me aside and he says, "So I spoke to Puff and I told him I saw you." And he said, "Tell the brother we're good. That whatever was said or reported in the past is behind us. We're all moving forward."
We're just moving forward.
I asked him to say it again for my TikTok just so I could have it recorded.
Oh,
and
say
he
it
did.
again for my TikTok.
T, I just want to say
It's the bow tie. It's the whole
Puff
look.
pretty much like no hard feelings.
Really?
Yeah, he said, and he want to tell you, you understand your journalism. There's no hard feelings.
So
I need you to pause right there on that scene right there. Could we please go back and pause it right on that scene right there? Okay, you missed it when they were sitting next to each other. First of all, they're sharing a vertical angle from the phone, trying to selfie it. That's the part that had me uncomfortable because there was not enough space for them to both be operating in this conversation. And then Touré said, "Okay, can you say that for the camera this time, though?" I said, "Oh, blink twice. Blink twice.
blink twice. Touré.
If you feel unsafe, blink twice."
I really don't. I didn't know that people would look at that and say, "Oh, you should, consider witness protection." What the nigga on fucking Joe Budden said I should build a garage. Nigga, I live in New York City. We don't have garages. Like,
Well, you need, hey, look, my man was in a bow tie. Like he said, you guys were in a vertical angle that didn't fit two people, but he made sure he was in there. And then y'all was, can you say it for the camera? Did he said that we're cool? I don't know, man.
Hey, you notice it was less facial expressions than usual. Usually every like two, I know your content, Touré. Every 2 or 3 shots, you like this. It wasn't no facial expressions that
There
day.
wasn't no facial
Them facial
expressions.
expressions was gone.
Appropriate. It doesn't fit the moment.
He was
It wasn't
shook.
appropriate. Yeah, that's why I said blink twice. I said we come. I'll come fly out there. Come back you up, man.
I could get you.
I
You
mean,
want to hide out in Maryland for a little bit? I got you.
Oh my god.
Come down south. We got you. I got
Like,
extra
all
room.
day long. It's all good.
You got extra room.
That's the first thing I saw without even reading the comments. Then when the comments backed it up, I said, "Yeah, I know I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy."
It wasn't just me.
Wow. I mean, you know, I think the nigga has 99 problems bigger than me. I don't think, you know, if he starts sticking through other people, if Dawn Richard turns up missing, if fucking Aubrey O'Day turns up missing, if fucking Lil Rod turns up missing, then Alex Fine, then I'll be like, okay, honey, maybe we should move.
Seems like he already handled you. He's like, yeah,
I'm like low on the list, right? Like you would go for the big dogs on the list. You wouldn't start with like the little dogs, would you?
But the fact that you're on the list, when he said to that gentleman, "Hey, tell Torre we good," were we not at one point in time? That's news to me. That's what I saw.
I assumed what I was saying. I think he's gonna lose the trial. I think he was probably like, fuck that nigga. But I mean, they didn't lose. So, you know,
They didn't lose.
I don't know. The government's trying to make some enhancements to the guidelines. I know King Curtis knows about that shit. He's trying to fucking bump him up from potentially 51 to 63 months to 78 to 97 months. I don't know if the judge is going to go for it, but he might be home soon. He might not.
Look, none of that's my business. I just want to make sure it's all right. That's all I need to be
None
concerned
of that
about.
is my business.
I ain't never seen I rarely see guest stars in your videos like that. All of a sudden, I see a man in a bow tie. I said, "Oh, what is going on?"
Ain't nobody be in your videos.
The format has changed. The scenery has changed. He opened up one extra button in his shirt. What's going on? Like,
What is going on?
We were
Why
outside
is
the
the shirt so
courthouse.
open?
We were at the fucking courthouse.
hey,
Hey, whatever,
my
man.
business. Long as you're okay. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we're
I
just
mean-
checking up on you.
I mean, Kid Cudi thought he was okay. You know, I mean, maybe I'm not. Maybe a Molotov cocktail will come fly. I got a wall of windows at my place. Maybe a Molotov cocktail will come.
Stop giving him ideas, bro.
No. And then you said on camera, "Can I get you to say this on camera?" You didn't cut that out. That was the part I said, "Oh no, it's something different going on here." He said, "Can I get you to say that on camera? What you just said to me right now, so the rest of the world can see what I said, so they know, just in case I wasn't feeling no kind of way before whatever happened."
I didn't even realize that. That's
left
fucking hilarious.
Look, and Torre is an editor. Torre be editing the hell out them
He be
clips.
editing the shit out of his stuff, but he kept that in.
Kept that in.
Can I get you to say this?
Can I get you to? It's recording already. If you're okay with that, it's already
Seems
recorded.
like a recreation. Like, I mean, it is, but you don't want it to seem like it.
Can I get you
blink
to say
twice. I just said blink twice, man. I felt because it was some times when you telling stories, and I was like, it was looking like, hey, he about to be out of here, and I understood. But when that happened, I said,
Wow.
That's
Wow.
hilarious. That is hilarious.
Wow. I mean, I thought I was safe. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah, I think we should. For your safety, I feel like we should move on this topic. There shouldn't be that much footage of us communicating.
I think it's too late. When the die is already cast. If I'm gonna get killed behind this, I've already said it too much.
that's why I brought it up, so that there's even more evidence to keep. It's too hot right now. It's too hot. Keep the conversation loud. That's, you know what I'm saying?
You see the video I did about how Puff was recorded saying, we can't talk on these phones. We can't talk on these phones. He said that at least 3, 4, 5 times. We can't.
Yes.
And I'm like, nigga, you are from 90s hip hop. We told each other at least 100 records, don't talk on the phone. The feds are listening.
The phone's tapped.
I'm sure B.I.G. made at least 3 songs where he's talking about the phones are tapped. And you fucked up one of
Isn't that like a hit song by The Firm? Or I got your phone's tapped. What you
Phone
going
Tap
to
was
do
The Firm.
sooner or less?
Probably executive produced by Puff at that.
Probably. Probably. I'm sure there's no way the firm could have come together without him allowing it to happen. He was that powerful. So, I mean, I'm just like, nigga, you forgot a critical rule of the fucking game. Like, goddamn, nigga. The fuck?
Got your phones tapped. What you gonna do? Sooner or later, we'll get your whole crew.
Freaking hilarious. Record a little evidence is what I'm gonna do. Say it again. Say it again.
Yo, that shit is hilarious. But let's move it
God,
on.
leave the mics open. I'm gonna have a song between the two y'all. Here we go. Y'all gonna
we're gonna get this shit. But let's move on to something that
oh my god. You want to go to the fucking USA UK thing? Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. Why do y'all don't know that this is a thing?
I mean, hip hop, basketball, whatever they want. We fucking got that shit. They are fucking Rhode Island.
Let's go in here and hate.
I got no respect.
So I ain't coming there saying that we're gonna annihilate them, even though I think that is definitely possible. But
who is that?
I'm more saying I've come into this saying that I want the respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this accent stuff. But they did the same to the South. You get what I'm saying? They did the same to the South. Atlanta, they was laughing at how they spoke for ages. You get me? Until certain New York man started.
Okay, I love what he's trying to say here. Your boy,
who are you, sir? I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Your boy Skepta is over here trying to say, yo, man, I just said that to get my respect. They did the same to the South. People didn't respect the South and their accents. Here's the problem with your whole situation. Nigga, you from a different country, bruh.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about? The South?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You are from a different place.
I mean, I have always I lived in the South for a very brief
Time
period
to
of
get
my life.
the UK versus.
But I'm always aware of the South. Especially as a black cultural person. You're always like in reverence of the South. This is the beginning of African American culture. You know, I never felt like I can't understand what they're saying. I know they talked it, but I don't understand them. I don't understand you, Skepta. I don't understand you.
Donna Lucas, you bastard.
I don't
You
know
don't
what
understand
I don't know
them
what
in-
the person just said. I don't know what that was gibberish to me. I don't understand them.
Oh, polite ass this.
Did you hear that? Listen to
I
this.
heard it. Take some of that hope out your voice. That's what we can't take.
Why you rap like you studied at Harvard? Catch him outside and move to him, heartless. Cuts, bruises, and blasters. If I see him on tour in London,
So what happened? Joyner Lucas stepped out there and was like, you guys are trash. He put out a meme saying that, you know, what you were saying, that nobody likes your accents and all that type of shit. Then this nigga comes back with a diss track, Skepta, towards Joyner Lucas, and this was his bar. Why you rap like you studied at Harvard?
Does he?
Sorry.
Does he?
What type of diss is that?
He's rapping like I know what it is. It's rapping like he's trying to get the slaves freed.
Ask him what he got tattooed on his arm too. What he got tattooed on his arm? He got a big ass owl on his arm.
Steph Curry, baby.
No, he got a big ass owl, an OVO owl on his arm.
Yeah, he has an owl.
Oh, that nigga really has an owl on his arm?
Yes.
Skepta,
Oh,
yeah.
oh. Fuck that nigga.
And that's why the, what do you call him right now? Because we're not allowed to say his name.
Light bright.
Light bright. Like Canadian
Yes.
light bright.
Light Bright over here. I won't keep him on the screen too long. Don't worry.
What is it? The braids?
What is it? The braids? You got the braids back.
When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words. Oh shit. I don't care what nobody says.
Someone said, my favorite part about that is someone's in the crowd and goes, oh shit. They know that you can't say that. Oh shit, why'd he say that? Like that he's in London saying this ridiculous stuff. Light Bright is saying this ridiculous stuff. And to me, you know me, I wanted to talk about this last week. And now Skepta got Light Bright to talk about it this week. I'm egging this on. I want to see this. I want this just to be like the Joey Badass shit. I want to see all these rappers start rapping and come at each other across the pond.
I mean, start dissing people. Kendrick's right there. Rick Ross is right. ASAP. Start dissing people. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Joyner's gonna come back. He put out a video saying that he's about to respond to that.
Nobody's stopping you. Go ahead. You can put
Diss
out a
them all.
song at any time. I mean, look. American hip hop has been the central arena stage and platform the entire time. Y'all could, if y'all were that dope, you would have come.
American hip hop is redundant.
Fair. Although we are in this conversation talking about,
I know I'm just making
hip hop diaspora for sure. But yes, I see what you're saying. But like y'all the door been open. If y'all was hot, y'all could come over here and catch wreck. You ain't that hot. Even on an underground level, I don't know we don't really talk about nobody from London. Like the fuck. It's even ridiculous to take Drake saying that seriously when this is just another way of him trying to diss American rappers.
It's not about taking it seriously. I think it's important to show the continued corniness. This person is like, yo, America's not rocking me with right now. Let me go over here with these UK guys because they still love me, right? He's got an owl tattoo. They still love me. Let me go tell them how great they are because that's what I do. I pander. I tell Lil Wayne when he's on my stage, he's the greatest rapper alive. When J. Cole's on my stage, I tell him he's the greatest rapper alive. 50 Cent, he's the greatest rapper alive. Everyone is the greatest rapper alive when you're on my stage because I pander as a human being. And I'm a pop star. The funniest thing to me after this battle, for me, I learned that I literally didn't know this. I learned the weight of how much he didn't write. I knew that he didn't write this and he didn't write that. But talking to more MCs and during that battle and having these conversations and talking to more people who actually know and getting more information, this nigga doesn't write shit. You're a pop star. It's confirmed. Before, I was like, oh, this nigga is more like a Kanye or a Dre.
Wait, what are you saying? That they hand him a reference track and he goes off of that? He doesn't write anything?
3,000%.
What?
I
thought he was supposed to be a writer.
I'm not saying that every song is that. I'm saying that if you've allowed that before, especially for a rap song, we're talking about a lyrical song.
Yeah.
He's gotten something and just said what that nigga said.
Everything's in question after that.
There used to be a question when it was like a once or two your hit song, something like that. It would have used a question. I'm just saying now it's like, I'm just like, oh, you made some pop songs, sir. It's great. You're a great pop star. You've been a pop star for 15 years. You and Justin Bieber are the same thing. There's no difference. So I just watched Justin Bieber say that London has the best lyricists.
Yo, are we supposed to take Justin Bieber seriously being in this conversation?
No, hell no.
Like, what did Justin Bieber do?
He did the white folks version of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You see the photo shoot? You see the photo shoot?
Is somebody in this conversation?
Why is he? See this one? I know this is a good rap talk, but it keeps coming back to why are we even having this conversation? You know why? Because a foreign exchange student went to a high school, got into a dice game, got his ass beat in that dice game, and then told the police, hey, the security guards at that school allow a dice game to happen. Then changed schools to the UK and said, I don't know. I got my ass beat, but I think y'all can kick their ass over there. That's what's happening right now is that you knew the risk in getting there in that dice game, got your ass handed to you, and now you're trying to send other people on
to fight for you.
Mission.
I have
he's a good friend.
I have thought of Drake as a foreign exchange student for so long. You know, that whole vibe of like, he's hanging with us. He understands 85% of the situation, but not the whole thing. You know what I mean? And somebody makes a joke and everyone's laughing and he kind of laughs late because he doesn't really understand the joke, or sometimes he doesn't laugh at all because he wasn't there at the incident y'all are talking about. That's fucking Drake to me, that you don't really, you understand 85% of Black culture because it's a global culture, 85%, but the last 15%, you kind of had to be there. And he wasn't there, and he doesn't get it. That's why he makes mistakes, and that's some of the corniness that we see in him.
80% is just enough to be a pretty decent actor.
Wait, that was funny. Go back. Go back.
We haven't got timestamp Drake since Tory Lane's been locked up. That's facts.
It reminds me of somebody was like, yo, I didn't have any problem with bears until Obama became president.
Hilarious. The thing,
Tory goes away, timestamp records
go away. But let's talk about Just because I see there's some people in comments defending their UK people that they like.
Like
no one has a problem with UK lyricists. There's great UK lyricists. We're not
like who?
There's great. Dave is a great UK lyricist.
Dizzy Rascal, my fave.
Dizzy Rascal's amazing. I will never disrespect UK. Little Sims is a great UK artist and rapper. So I could list them all day long. Big Jess, a friend of mine, fucking will bar up anybody. That's not what we're talking about here. The one thing is we were just talking about battling. It's fun. It's like the West Coast, East Coast shit. Battling keeps hip hop alive. I always want niggas to battle. And I want UK to prove who got skills. I want y'all to do this because Toure has no fucking clue who you niggas is. So y'all need this. So y'all need to do that. But that Drake aspect of it is like, stay your Justin Bieber ass out of this conversation. Because what are you talking like? That's all that is.
You can't fight. You sued. You can't fight. Don't get yourself in these conversations.
See, we should really, I mean, like the UK US conversation is stupid, and we also shouldn't really have it because it's Drake being petty, trying to find a sideways way to diss Kendrick. This is ultimately about Drake is corny and petty and will say whatever to whoever he's standing in front of. Like
he's trying to insert himself into the conversation that was already happening. And it's like, please stay out of this. We're having a hip hop battle. Even Skepta saying like, I want to battle ASAP Rocky, but that's my brother. He's just saying like, I want to battle these niggas.
I challenge that. No, I challenge that because why ASAP Rocky of all the people you want to battle? Oh, somebody else at odds with your big brother Drake.
He's put out, I don't know their relationship. He put out that
who says I want the best that the US got to offer. I want ASAP Rocky.
America.
That don't even make no sense lyrically. What are you talking about?
Hip-hop is like American basketball against British basketball. They can beat us in acting, but maybe in rugby or some shit, but like not in the real shit that we really care about. And like, I don't know who we're talking to. I mean, like you can throw out a couple names, but like, okay, we're talking about American rappers. What are y'all talking about?
He set up a whole bracket.
He should have said Ray Vaughn. That's what he should have said. Or Joey Badass, because they just got out of battles. You choose ASAP Rocky, who's struggling to put out an album right now, and there's a whole lot of shit going on behind. What are you? It just seems so strategic and so obvious and so small.
Older rapper. He's really moving toward the end of his career. Joey Badass is right in the middle. He wants to fight people.
No, but so is Skepta. Skepta is an older rapper too. So when we did the whole video and stuff like that, the matchups, if you know the UK rapper side, they kind of make sense from the perspective of someone from the UK because Skepta is like the fashion nigga that raps, right? So that makes sense for him to go out ASAP Rocky. Then he put Kendrick with Dave. Dave is kind of like the pop rapper that has that conscious political sense to his lyricism and actually can make bars too. Dave is a good lyricist. I understand why you would make those matchups. He just made this whole bracket thing. That to me is all in jest and fun. I think this is my problem with it. When Light Bright puts himself into it, it now becomes a different conversation of like hate because I hate the fact that you inserted yourself in an MC conversation. Like MCs and rappers was talking that write their own lyrics, and then somebody comes in as well. This guy, it's literally like Stephen A. talking about
politics. Politics. Stephen A. talking about politics. Why are you here?
Why are you
talking about Kamala? Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you here?
Why are you having this conversation in depth in that way? It doesn't make any sense.
What is the Weeknd's opinion here? What is D'Angelo's opinion? What is Maxwell's opinion?
Exactly.
What is Steve Lacy's opinion?
But you know what? I wouldn't have any issues with that if you didn't involve yourself in something that you're trying to tear down at the same time. Like that's what I'm so encouraged by is listening to some of these UK podcasters. I saw somebody earlier today who were like, Drake, we know that you're only messing with us right now because you're vulnerable and you're looking for allies. And you're talking about doing an album with Central C. And you're talking about doing music with these. Like you're trying to find the next place to
siphon.
Wait, he wants to do an album with Central C?
But that's what I'm saying. Like the play is so obvious when I see it. I don't even want to comment on them no more because I'm like, we know what you're doing. You know that right now your brand is damaged in the US. And some of them same folks is not moving as quickly as they once did because they're seeing where the direction of things are going, and you're looking more like the past than the future.
This is what you talked about before with Pusha, that Pusha clearly does not need your approval. So if you give it, that's gravy to him, but he's not out here for your applause. He knows he's dope. Drake, right? So then he picks his friends who are dope to be on the album. It's not to friggin' sell the album. This is who I love to make music with. Drake is like clearly in desperate need of constant hyper approval, right? Like an insecure little boy.
And then, like a pop star.
And then Central C would be the move of like, who's hot? Who'll give you a new audience? Who makes sense on algorithmic paper? Like Central C. Okay, great. Let's go meet him and create a vibe. Like, that's bullshit. I so don't want that to even exist in the world.
It's a hell of a gamble for a gambling addict.
Yeah, I want to put up that that clip. I'm gonna do that because you're completely right. The UK got the clips. They were saying that these niggas, you can see the play. You can see exactly what's going on, that he's just positioning himself for the next siphon, for the next, let me steal your soul. He's Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna steal your soul and your powers and use them to get stronger. It's like, let me find that clip right now.
How can he be so unable to figure out a thoughtful next move? It can't be that hard. I know it's hard to make music, and to make music that's going to be popular to 1, 3, 5 million people. Extraordinarily hard. But goddamn, Drake, you were on it. Like, you knew how to do that, and you've somehow forgotten. And like, I don't think the move is Central C. Go to Brazil. Hang out in Jamaica. Like,
I think Central C is actually not a bad move if it was organic, because you're gonna give him validation in the States.
But you know it's not. You know it's not, Val. You know it's not. You know
I know. I'm saying if it was, but there is no move that's, you can't go anywhere. He needs to, which I think he's trying to do with that whole Iceman persona. You need to root yourself in something that's real. The problem is there's no roots there. So therefore, if you don't have the roots, I don't know what the hell this whole time from Kendrick, someone said this, or any of these artists, I learn about LA. I learn about their neighborhood. I learn about the world they create, even if it's not some neighborhood shit. Tyler, I didn't really go on and think he's so California. I learned about his world, though. I learned about who he was and his aspirations. We didn't learn anything from this nigga, right? So, so there's no roots there for him to go back to. And he's trying to do that, but you're a pop star. Pop stars' roots are what's trending.
Yeah.
That's what a pop star's roots are.
Yeah.
You know what this has helped me realize also? He's taking a very Trump-like approach to try to get back into relevancy. He's trying to find voices in dog whistle. He's trying to get certain voices in America by aligning with the Morgan Wallen, by putting up these websites that are like right-wing conspiracy theory based on his stories and acting like it has something to do with something else. He's doing these things while also jumping into the UK space of things and trying to find the places that I guess US might have ignored or overlooked and try to like activate them in the process. But he's playing and teetering the fence of all these places. And he doesn't have any like cachet anywhere. He doesn't have any actual value anywhere. I think to answer your question, he hasn't sat still. Right. Like I'm not one to find empathy for Drake, because I feel like you got in that dice game your damn self. But I will say this, for something that traumatic to happen, because you didn't know what you was getting into, you underestimated your opponent, and now your opponent is taking your dead carcass all over the US and all over the world and screaming at the top of the lungs the worst things you've ever heard about yourself every day, past the Super Bowl, past the Grammys. That's a lot to process. And I think his only thing to combat that has been just more things. And he keeps slipping and falling instead of just falling for once. Like if he would have did, what was the name of the damn song? What did I miss? If he would have actually took a year off and then reemerged, it's a different conversation around that. It's a different energy around that. But you're trying to act like you just came back and you put out these sexy songs for Menses. You put out 30 songs and all of this. Like, dog,
sexy songs for Menses.
Sexy songs for Menses for sure. But also, like the whole iconography around Iceman so far, which is a ridiculous title.
Iceman.
It's ridiculous. And the video looks like he's a janitor in like a dingy like a closet, right? Like the janitor's closet, right? Like
I actually understand that conceptually, as far as like he's trying to make himself look like the everyday man.
Yeah, that's
just like you. Here's the two things.
That's ridiculous. No, hold on. That's ridiculous.
That's nice that it's ridiculous, but let me finish the statement that he is trying with what did I miss? Just like you said, year from now, what did I miss feels like a reflection. It feels like you actually are thinking about it, that concept, and if you actually could deliver a good record. So I'm trying to say is angle-wise, the awareness is understood. It makes sense. You need to feel every day. You need to feel like you're from Toronto, and you also need to be reflecting on what happened. The problem is the execution and the truth and authenticity of who he is doesn't align with that angle, because that's the angles that we were saying that he needs to do.
Just you've been telling us, he's been telling us for years, I am rich as fuck. I got a plane, I got a mansion inside my other mansion. Like, yeah. And now you're a fucking janitor in a fucking dingy, like, no, nigga, show us some money, show us, like I said, like some Brazilian, some samba. We're gonna rhyme over like smoothed out samba beats. You're gonna drink fucking.
You're really into this Drake samba Brazilian shit.
But you know why? Because this is a man who has had time. This is a man who has time to think. He has had time to have peace. I mean, outside of Diddy, he's had time to have peace. You know what I mean? Except for that situation where you had to record the person in the conversation. You have peace. So you're able to operate from a healthy place. I don't think that man has had peace since July 4th of last year. Since
the American Independence Day.
He ain't had peace. And now here he is still, like, it's almost like he wants us to believe. So on one end, he does, like you said, Tori, look at me. I got this. This is who I'm dating. This is who I'm around. This is who I'm aligned with. I'm the ambassador where I'm from. I'm at the front row of the Toronto Raptors game. Now he wants to convince us that he can get in his symbolic mystery game as Kendrick. I just feel like he keeps trying to do what Kendrick did to him and show the public that he's a lot deeper than what he is. And it's like, we see you for what you are.
No, but the point you're making about the input that he's been getting from the world since Not Like Us dropped is really important. That he probably feels a lot of heavy emotions. The world is laughing at him as this gigantic record that makes fun of him it's had like 3 or 4 separate lives, right? Like of its own release, and then would he do it at the Super Bowl? Then he did it at the Super Bowl, and then the video within there too. It's like, Jesus Christ, this record will never die. And now he's on fucking tour. The fucking record will never die. So, like, yes, he is in an ongoing trauma situation. And can he, like, sit down and play? Because I'm sure a Drake album takes, like, you know, there's some months of, like, planning for the thought, the vibe, the look. Okay, we got that. Now we're going to set this up. He's not able to think clearly to be able to think about, here's what I'm going to do in 3 to 6 months. And this is all going to come. You know, it kind of reminds me of what we were talking about around Cassie, where some of the people at the trial were like, she's a nothing singer and her career was going nowhere. It's not like she was going to be Beyonce. And I'm like, you know, it's impossible to know what this person would have become if she had not been getting gang raped once a week for years and years and years. Right. For multiple days every fucking week. If she'd just been allowed to be like a nice girl in the world, going into studios and seeing what you could do, who knows? Maybe she could have become Sierra. Maybe she could have become whoever the fuck. I don't know. But like,
I want to play this clip.
Good.
There they go. That's the one I saw this morning.
I think the better conversation is you run to London when you need a check balance, bro. You get me? You run. I think that's when the conversation starts to make sense.
Yes.
Let's start from there. Like, let's start from you lost your beef. Cool. Where can I branch out to where I've showed love in the past? And let me just run back to them because, America slightly, I'm losing cool points there, innit? And in the hip hop scene, I'm not present. So Jamaica, London, Africa, let's link up again.
Exactly.
When you don't go away.
Where I think the better conversation is
you don't go away. You don't give people enough time. When you go away, You give people enough time to forget about you for a second, to wonder what's going on. But when you're always in people's faces, you give the opportunity for people to see your every move. It's like he thinks he has a different internet than we have. We've seen everything that you did because of how you wrote. Like, you've used the machine. You have lifted yourself up to this place. You've made sure that you be in the center of attention. GNX album drops, lawsuit drops. Super Bowl happens. He talks about the I Need a Max Win tour. The Clipse album is happening. All of a sudden, he's showing off. He's taking shots at LeBron, and he's showing off tattoos that he's replaced with Shea Alexander. Now like he's finding very like almost middle schoolish ways to always be the center of attention when cultural moments are having. And I think he realizes it. The more culture happens and gets embraced the way it used to, the more he's going to be alienated from it because he's not really of the culture. He's a mimic. He's mimicking it. And now we see it. Now you got the people in the UK who are like, don't think that we're like the artists in Atlanta who couldn't see it or didn't care. We see right through what
you're trying to take our shit. You're trying to siphon all of our shit. So
they're not excited to be Drake's sloppy seconds.
Now, if he would have took some time away and said he would have executive produced an album for Central C, let's say he would have did a lot of work behind the scenes and people were singing his praises about his character, because that's really what's in question. People are not questioning his ability to make music. They know he's going to get more records off. It's his character. If you spend some time away and it seemed like, well, maybe that battle was a good thing for him, and maybe he did some development, and you let them be the voice, then it would make sense why you're going over to the UK, because you just went where the love was there. You went where you were celebrated and not tolerated. But now we see all of your moves in obvious ways, and people are looking right through it. But if you just go away, boy, oh boy, it gives you time to develop.
That pod doesn't represent UK. Those guys talking are the minority. So what does that mean, Central? Does that mean that
his name is Central?
He's from UK.
Central C, more Londoners are like Drake and welcoming of Drake? Is that what
that's what he's saying? In the comments, they were saying that a lot of UK people mess with Drake. Obviously, they do. That's a huge export globally, right? And there is a connection between Canada and UK that's a little bit different than everywhere else. But that still doesn't mean, like, I'm glad that's not all of UK, but the point is that even UK can see what's going on, and people agree with that because we see what's going on. Even UK we can see what's going on. So when it comes to this rap battle thing, rappers are talking, so stay out of rappers' business. That's the quote Pusha T.
Because my question, I'm not even trying to highlight it or trying to make fun of the situation, but didn't Top 5 just get stabbed being out there
in UK?
That happened after the event. They said he said they have video of his car being, or his Uber or whatever that is, being attacked allegedly. As all the different platforms put it up. Like, like, I understand it might be the minority of your 8 friend group, but to make that, have you done a census? Have you done a survey of what the majority? How do you know what the majority is until this happens? Like, I really want to know I can't even tell you what the majority of West Coasters are feeling right now because it's so many different West Coast experiences.
I mean, this question is silly to me. 5 US, 5 UK.
You don't know no UK rappers, so you can't.
No. Don't you be like, who fits in the battle? No. We're playing basketball. Pick the 5 best niggas in America and the 5 best niggas in the UK. And let's see what fucking happens. Yeah, and that, like, if we want to do a clever, like,
I'm gonna do it right now. K-Dot is right there. Okay, so you guys have problems off top.
Wheezy.
So, K-Dot, I'm gonna go with Royce for like super technical side. Can we do both the clips, or should I just do? Can I do the clips right now, or do I need to do
individuals? Individuals.
Because I would want to just put the clips. I'll put Pusha T on there because we're talking about one guy who you shouldn't want to battle, two guys who destroyed Light Bright and are known as probably the most lethal battlers. Pusha T and K-Dot right there. Now, who else we're gonna put on that?
Wayne.
I don't know if I want to put Wayne in my top 5 for the battle.
That's like peanuts to an elephant.
I want rappers who I know will
Joey
destroy.
wants it.
Who would you put? We got 3. Who would you put, Curtis?
Lupe.
Really?
That's this is the problem. It's just unfair. That's unfair.
It's
Lupe
so much
insane. He's a maniac.
And we're not even talking about, okay, if you want to play this like a sport, what kind of depth do they have to take care of folks on the bench? Like somebody said, Daylight, Jid. Like, what do you have on the bench?
No, nothing.
You have nothing on the bench.
Nothing.
We haven't even got to our female lyricists like the Rhapsodies of the world.
Doechii.
Like, what are we talking about, right? And I know this is a lot of bias, but I also know there's a reason why the line exists. Tell them they can't imitate this this type of violence.
Yeah,
like, run to America. They can't imitate this violence. There's a certain way that we look at aggression that you could be literally getting hurt. I could be getting punched down, punched up, and if they talking to me the way Skepta was talking on that record, I might die laughing. Because I just don't. That's the way I came up. Is a certain level of aggression I hear in somebody, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist there. I'm just saying there's a certain level of aggression and tonality that gets a reaction.
I would say
very different.
I mean, I haven't spent a ton of time in London, but I would argue that it probably doesn't. That the sort of violence that happened within gangs and drug crews and the police in America, when it was the war on drugs and the crack epidemic, which are two different things happening at the same time, and the sort of violence that we saw, especially in New York, LA, Chicago, Detroit, some other places, right? For sure. I don't know what the specific city in VA was, but like it was violent in many, many places. St. Louis for sure. They don't know nothing about that. You don't have to have been in it, Curtis, to be a child of it, because maybe your father, your uncle was in it, and they're traumatized.
I know what it sounds like.
You know what I mean?
America in general, America
don't have nothing like that.
America's a fucked up place, and it's like the most violent first world country in the world. Like it's just like you don't. That's not something to have a conversation about. That's just a reality of the world. Like people actually make fun of us because we have gun violence. Like that's a UK joke.
Yeah.
Can I just put this here?
Only the joke.
Calling something a battle versus a clash, that's a joke right there. I can't take it serious. You want to clash with me? I can't. I know that means something different where somebody else is from, but if you tell me you want to clash with me, brother, I'm like, that's way too polite. You want to squabble up? I understand that language a lot more. You feel me? So,
I just think that's a language barrier. I agree with you, but I think that, like, the words squabble and clash are just as effective each other.
What the hell are they? If somebody says, you know, in your pockets, I want to clash with you.
What would be the joke that they would say about American violence?
Like British humor, they talk about like I can't believe you guys have gun violence. Like that's literally a thing.
That's a punchline. That would be a punchline.
Huh?
That would be a punchline.
I can't think of a punchline right now off the top of my head. It's their shit.
Literally the problem. That is exactly the reason why a battle sounds so laughable. Not because nobody has a skill set out there to do. If it was all about the lyrics, all of our battles would be very different. Kendrick versus Drake would be a very different battle in terms of the type of songs that we would have gotten, we would have received.
All things matter in a battle, yeah.
Every demeanor, do I believe you?
Yeah.
Right.
But you also got to talk about the judges of said battle. So if there was actually a battle, America and UK couldn't really be the judge. The globe would have to be the judge. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It would have to be like everyone understands American hip hop. And that's why I said, like, you guys would lose that no matter what. Because James made a good video about this, about saying that there's actual language barrier. The things that they think is bars, we don't think is bars. They use different type of techniques. They actually believe that UK grime is not even of hip hop, which to me is an insult. I'm talking to a lot of UK grime MCs.
Grime is not hip hop.
They feel like it's like dance hall, like it's its own genre. Okay. And I try to have a conversation, like an intellectual conversation with MCs who are grime artists, and they're just like, no, but it's different. It's like this is at 140 BPM, and we rhyme, and it's about the pattern. And nobody, I'm like, I feel you, bro. You guys call yourself MCs. Y'all looked up to US MCs and created your your space. This is just your version of hip hop. Don't fuck.
Yeah.
It's a subgenre. Don't
Yeah,
make it its own
seems like
thing.
a subgenre and not a set. I don't hear how it's a separate genre. I hear a subgenre.
They believe it's a separate genre, and it's fine. That's them over there.
I mean, it may be culturally. I know nothing about it. It might be culturally, but not musically. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
because they say that grime comes from garage and dance hall.
But if they're saying we don't, and I don't know, but if they're saying we don't socialize with hip hop culture, we socialize with grime culture. Maybe that's what they mean. Because you're like musically, you're just you're just
that's completely what they say, and I agree that they have their own culture. Like we can't go to reggaeton and be like that ain't its own shit, right?
Yeah.
But there's cross sections and intersectionality between hip hop and reggaeton, Afro beats, grime, dancehall. There's intersectionalities in that, but grime is a little bit more than intersectionality. It's actually direct influence, and that's my actual issue with that conversation. But I let them have it. That's fine. But if you believe that your UK grime, Skepta is a grime artist originally, right? So if that's a different culture, fuck out of here. What are you even talking about battling then, nigga? You were not even the same culture, nigga. Fuck out of here. If you're a different culture, don't come over here with that shit.
I mean, but I do think there's artists that do a better job of absorbing where they're from and absorbing what has traditionally been seen universally as like, okay, you really mean that shit that you're saying. I think Dizzy Rascal was one of those. When I think of Fix Up, Look Sharp, that energy feels like to me somebody that has spent time out here as well. And those are the artists that I would look at and say, okay, that makes sense. But it's such a difference sonically from how the words are delivered. And in hip hop, that's everything. Like that's why when you see the most authentic rappers, quote unquote, they don't sound that different from their records as they sound to podcast. So the way that we relate authenticity, that's a direct connection to the way that they're using their voice. Now that's authentic to them. I'm just saying, like, it's hard for me to, like, even I was gonna do a reaction to Skepta song, and I was like, I gotta wait to the Joyner Lucas one because I don't want to be disrespectful. I really don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah, but you're definitely one of those people. There is that's the inherent thing. Like with American globalization and how central we are, we're all the way over here on the West, right?
Right.
We don't have to get anybody's media. We just started getting other people's shit in the last like 10, 15 years.
Oh,
like
we don't
Korean movies are popping, K-pop is popping, anime's everywhere, Afro beats came over, reggaeton's come over, and we still, general public America still doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still doesn't give a fuck. So I think
I'm
that's
into it musically though. Like I don't know how
say?
you feel about this. There's a difference between what I'll consume as songs and music compared to what I'll respect in a battle. I think those are two different things. Because I
100% agree with that.
Music.
Yeah. But that's just like someone saying that. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like I don't want that black person in my home, but I like that song.
Yeah,
that's snappy.
Yeah. For example, I like fish and chips, just not when I go there.
Not going there. Yeah, I like fish and chips from over here down the street. The fish and chips is amazing.
Oh, I don't want no poutine. I like beans, but it's not on my toast.
Definitely not on toast. That's crazy.
No bangers for me. No bangers for me. I'm actually good. No bangers.
We're good. That's a glizzy, nigga. Chill the fuck.
A morning glizzy is crazy.
Morning glizzies. Here's the thing, though. What I'm trying to say is that I agree with that. Because I've really dived into grime culture and raps, and it's really about battling. Like, them niggas is about battling. That's the number one reason why I don't fuck with them not relating it to our shit. I'm like, so you niggas battle all day and say it's not hip hop? You do rap battles all day, and then now it's not hip hop or whatever. It's a clash. Anyways, but my one thing I wanted to say is that you not getting the accent and not respecting the accent is just cultural. That is just a cultural thing. Like, it's ingrained in us culturally that anybody who speaks American or speaks English with an accent, it feels either dumb or uppity. Like British to us, we've been trained to think that it feels uppity or that accent feels
maybe
you're smarter than us.
Yeah.
Like,
there's too much hope in your voice.
But we love it in Hollywood terms, right? We accept it in singing, although the accent doesn't really come across in singing. I can always understand what Liam Gallagher is saying, right? I can always understand what Mick Jagger is singing. Singing is a little different. Acting, I have no problem. I don't have a personal emotional hang up about the British accent. I have a comprehension problem when you are rapping. I generally cannot understand what most British rappers, almost all British rappers, are saying.
Can't you say the same thing about mumble rap though? That might be a better battle right there.
Mumble rap. That's not even a thing anymore.
I mean, you know the style. You know this, like high pitched voice and like a double time rhyme versus some of the UK.
Actually,
that might be a better suited match position wise. But
that's what they actually also talking about. That's one thing we were not getting to because we're elder statesmen thinking about all of hip hop. They actually talking about the common rapper right now, the Playboy Cardi lineage versus what London is doing right now, the popular rappers. That's what a lot of UK people are talking about. They're putting up pictures of like Playboy Cardi, Don Toliver, Lil Yachty, all these people and saying, this is American rap to us.
See, that makes more sense. That's like when we talk about basketball. You can't compare. I don't want to see a point guard face a center. There's two different positions. I think those regions play very similar roles in that so much of so much of what they're offering, the gift, is how it sounds, just as it is, over the type of beats they choose, whether it's drill beats, whatever, and their accents play a role in the appeal. That makes more sense. And even Skepta brought up the South. Like they didn't respect the South and their voices. That battle makes a lot more sense to me.
Oh, so that's what I'm trying to say. So you're basically saying like, so modern rappers, like the young guys that are on their hip hop charts right now versus the young guys that are in the UK charts, you're like, that might be a battle.
Central C versus Travis Scott.
Oh, I'm taking Central C.
That's what I'm saying. This makes more sense.
But if we cherry pick like who faces who, like that's something. I mean, like I don't even understand why England
said ASAP Rocky.
No, but no, I know, but like that's not how this works. Like we're it's not even close. Like I don't even appreciate the conversation. Like like you
don't know about Clash.
We're entertaining it too much.
Like the NBA, we've seen the rest of the world get closer. Not England, but the rest of the world get closer. And the NBA niggas is like, this is great. Also, we still want to kick your ass, but this is fantastic that the world's level is rising. You're still not really at the level of America, but it's nice that you're getting closer. These things aren't even close.
When it comes to
this is like when America 84 basketball, 88.
No, let's say that. I like that. No, I like that analogy. I want to use that analogy all the way through. When it comes to, like we said, the young rappers versus the young UK rappers, that is closer. The problem is it's the same thing like the Olympics we just saw. Like our GOATs are still active and they are the best players on the planet. And what they did, you saw what Steph Curry did to France. Like, take your French shit the fuck out of here. This nigga could shoot threes, hook shots. He's just throwing it up, and then they all lost. Our GOATs are still rapping. So it's kind of hard. Like the greatest rapper of all time is still rapping. So what do you want? So like we can't cherry pick because we're talking about the best of the best that ever did this. Pulitzer Prize winning niggas. We're talking about Hall of Fame writers and lyricists, people who have the accreditation as well as the stats, as well as the credibility from the cultural cachet. It's just, come on now. Either way, I think we could end there. This is.
Yeah, I still think it's very suspect. Eat the Rich just said it. Why people using ASAP like he's a masterful lyricist? He is an amazing artist in his world from the music down to the music videos. But for him to choose him first, that smells suspicious from the jump to me.
Yeah.
You told me what kind of class you want to have.
I feel like Rocky gets less credit than he needs to do as far as a rapper, though. I think he can spit, and I feel like he gets less credit because of the fashion shit.
But and let's also not forget, not even a year ago, Skepta was sitting down with Ebro and telling him how he thought Not Like Us was so bad for hip hop.
Oh yeah, you gotta ignore that. We ignore. This is fun. That we ignore.
No, we can't ignore that because the source of that is the same one saying, you know what we need? We need a good old UK USA clash. Oh, now you see the benefits of it months later, and now you want to clash it up with somebody. Stop it.
Facts.
And you want to clash it up with somebody from the US after you seen that go down? No, that sound like another. That sound like a side mission for old Light Bright.
Side mission for Light Bright. You feel like this is a whole con that Light Bright sent him.
Dog, where my full hat at? He been doing this. He been doing this since J. Cole. J. Cole didn't want to make that song. That's why it sounded so half-hearted. He was like, Light Bright was like, talk about how Mr. Morale wasn't really that good. I like that album. The last shit was some, and then he went and apologized because he didn't feel none of that. I feel like he got gassed up in the moment, and that great Light Bright actor from Canada said, "Man, I think this is." He bought that shit, and then now he's stuck as the middle child because he moved on because he apologized, and then now he's in some weird water, I assume, with Kendrick because we haven't really heard anything. Maybe they're good now, but all I know is I think all of that was him doing the puppeteer thing. And now he's like going over to the UK and he's like, hey, we could take the attention off of me, but on me at the same time. Hey, UK versus USA. Why are you getting involved? That's how people get beat up. When you see
I'm saying
you see two heavyweights fight, and then you say, yeah, get him. I'm gonna kick your ass next. Why are you instigating this?
Why isn't it Canada against UK? That's more of a thing. Why are they coming over here?
Because he's a Houston resident now.
Well, they about to have the Boston Tea Party when this nigga Jordan Lucas come out, handle that shit. I think the shit. I'm having fun. It's more rap beef. It's more rap shit to listen to. So I'm gonna have fun with this shit.
I'm more excited about what Pusha T is getting ready to say back to Travis Scott. I don't even care what Travis got to say.
I don't think he's saying anything.
Hey, maybe we could trade Jim Jones for Skepta.
I see.
Send him over there. Let him live over there.
Trying to go viral. Why would you bring that name up unless you were trying to go viral, Torrey?
He's trying to go viral.
I don't care about their opinion. I don't need their
trying to go viral. No. That because even Jim Jones said it. Nas needed him to go viral.
Oh
okay, because if
he's trying to go viral, bring up Jim Jones.
You gotta stop.
Don't need that to go viral.
We gotta stop using Jim Jones for the clickbait, man. That's what gets the numbers.
Oh, Jimmy,
Jimerson. But anyways,
then called Malice a fiend. He called Malice a fiend on his post. He reposted the old Chains and Whips verse and then turned around and said Malice is. I'm like, what? You see that man? The way that man's rapping right now. Why would you?
That's
you even
crazy. I mean, no one cares what Jim Jones has to say about anything. That nigga's an ON. We don't care about what you talking about. I just never. It just don't make sense, and that's why it was funny. He was content because of how ridiculous it was, and that's the thing. That's the thing that's funny is like you're over here boasting, but you were content because everyone thought that was a ridiculous statement that you were better than us.
Anything for the clicks.
Anything for the clicks. But I'm about to go head to the gym
and listen to the clips
all day. It's been every day, all day. We're gonna talk about it all fucking week.
Hell yeah.
See y'all later. Thank y'all so much.
Till we clash again.
Till we clash again.